Hi, my name is Monique Leon Dorsey. There's something that happened quite a while back, and I've never spoken of it publicly. And to not speak is to speak, and to not speak is to not give God the glory. So it was 1984, June of 1984. I was in Sulphur Springs, Texas at the hospital getting ready to deliver my second child by cesarean section. They had told me that there were a lot of nursing students there that wanted to witness the procedure, and of course I didn't have a problem with that. There were about 10 to 15 nursing students there. Anyway, I'm in the operating room on this absolutely frigid cold table, and about 10 to 15 of them come filing into the operating room, all carrying big blue helium-filled balloons, because they knew I wanted a boy. And even though back then technology wasn't what it was today, and didn't know what we were going to have, but they knew that I was hoping for a boy, and they wanted to show their support. Now, the reason I mention this is because they're going to know who they are, and they are my witnesses. I don't know what happened here in that operating room, but I know what happened to me. Anyway, the doctor leans over me, and he asked me if I was ready, and of course I said yes. I was prepared. This was my second child by cesarean, so I kind of knew the procedures. And he looked behind me to the anesthesiologist and nodded his head. And the next thing I know, I feel fuzzy, and I can feel my eyelids starting to close. And then suddenly, I'm in horrific pain, absolutely horrific pain. My back arched all the way off that table, and I could hear screams just echoing in my head. Now, I don't know if I was the only one screaming or if there were others in the room screaming, but the next thing I know, I'm floating in this wondrous light. It was a huge place, or at least it felt huge. There was so much light, though. It was so colorful, and it moved, and it sparkled, and it was absolutely awing. I remember looking down toward my right and thinking, am I going to fall? And I don't know how, no words, no verbal communication was spoken, but I knew with certainty that I was okay, and I wouldn't fall, and everything was going to be just fine. I remember looking into the light and seeing a figure moving toward me. And as brilliant as this light was all around me, the robes on this figure as he came through the light was 10 times brighter. I remember seeing arms coming up like he was reaching for me. And suddenly I could feel myself being pulled, just yanked out of that heavenly place. Suddenly felt a lot of pain, a lot of pressure, and weight. The sensation of weight was incredible. I remember when it went to blackness, I could hear ladies. They seemed to be speaking off in the distance, and I couldn't understand what they were saying. It was like they were speaking in riddles of numbers, and I just couldn't understand the conversation. Well, I overheard one of the ladies say that she had missed her lunch, that she had been there for 6 hours, and what was wrong? The patient wasn't waking up. And I could feel pressure on my eyelids and my lips and my cheeks, and then of course, horrific pain that brought me totally awake and alert to an animal guttural roar that I don't even recognize as my own voice. I looked up, and there were 2 poofy-hatted ladies looking over me, just so glad to see me. I know that there are many people out there that will mock me for this, and you know, those that have a closed and locked mind and heart, I can't, I have no power to open those, especially if the key's been thrown away. But there are many of you out there that are really straddling a fence as far as your faith is concerned. I will tell you that God loves you, and He wants a relationship with you. Read His Word. Talk to Him. Just talk to Him. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.